Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here.
And Slim Bowser.
Yes, Slim Bowser is here as well. And we are here today to present you with the top projects video of 2021. 2021 was, for the most part, very similar to 2020. I wouldn't say I accomplished a whole lot this year, as I finished approximately the same number of projects as last year, and 11 Let's Plays is pretty low compared to what I used to get done back when I did daily uploads. But still, we have enough for a top 10, we completed another trilogy, and we did some nice follow-ups to game series I hadn't touched in a while.
You know, I'm noticing quite a disturbing trend of 1/3 of your list being Mario games, and only one of the games focusing on Bowser, the real star of the Mario universe.
Yeah, I know. I blame that on Nintendo for not making more Bowser-centric games, but you have to admit, Slim Bowser, you've been quite a major focus of this year's as it is. You've made appearances in a number of projects and videos, and, well, let's not forget about the icon change, for crying out loud.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just a little mad that Bowser's Inside Story didn't make the list.
Don't worry, Bowser's Inside Story will be on next year's list at the very least. The only reason it's not included is because the project itself started very late in the 2021, and it's still got a bit before it's completed. Still has a very decent chance for being Project of the Year, though, for 2022. Wouldn't be the first time a Mario Universe RPG has gotten the top spot after all, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens that year. Anyway, considering this is the 9th year of me doing this, just a brief recap of what I have going on here. I'm going through all 11 projects that I completed this year in order of least favorite to most favorite. At the end of the list, I'm also going to show the viewer-voted list as decided by you guys from my last update video. From there, we will have my Project of the Year as well as the Viewer's Choice Project of the Year. The main list is based purely on my own opinion, which is bound to be subjective and very different from what other people think, especially as the content creator perspective compared to the viewer perspective. In the comments section below, if you would like to personally rank the projects yourselves, go right ahead, as seeing your input is a nice way for me to gauge what games and projects you guys personally enjoyed, and it could very well always affect what games I do in the future and how soon I get to them.
And if you guys want to see more Slim Bowser in 2021, be sure to comment "All Hail King Bowser" in the comments section below. Your comments will not only please your king, but also continue to help grow my ego even more so we can crush the pesky plumber once and for all.
Okay, well, let's get to the list. Well, it wouldn't be a Project of the Year list without a Mega Man game at the very bottom. I know that it's really difficult to get these playthroughs much higher on this list just due to the nature of them being literally only a handful of videos, and it's much of what we've seen before with all the other Mega Man games on this channel, but I still do think these are great playthroughs. I just think that they would probably work better if I had a secondary list of mini projects. However, since I can't really cover as many games as I used to, well, let's just say that that would be a very short list, especially this year. Anyway, at this point, we have one more Game Boy game and one more classic Mega Man game to get through. Can 2022 be the year I finally buckle down and get both completed? If not, I can guarantee at least one of those series will be completed next year. Oh man, the lag actually kind of helped me right there. Thank you, lag. Thank you. Can't believe I'm thanking lag. What world is this? What year is this? This was another mini project that I feel got a bit of the shaft, mainly since it was only 6 videos and was mainly just a bridge to connect a few different weekend projects together. But still, it was a Nintendo series that I hadn't covered on the channel yet, and was the first N64 game I've covered in a long while that wasn't a Mario game. This was a fun game to go back to, especially since I remember having a really hard time beating the Expert Championship as a kid, and now I have video proof of me accomplishing this feat. I think my younger self would be pretty proud of me. I might be able to skip... well, not like that. Ah, damn, I thought I could maybe squeak right by there. Whoa! 0.008 seconds. That was 8,000th of a second that I was behind him there. That almost did work, but oh well. It's okay. I felt like it was time for another WarioWare game on the channel, and I think it made sense for the next Let's Play to be the second WarioWare game that I ever played. When I first got this game, it was my second ever DS game, and I was really impressed with how well it utilized the DS's features, from the touchscreen to even the DS microphone. These days, I don't think it's as groundbreaking as I once thought, feeling more like a tutorial for what the DS system has to offer than an actual game, but you can get some good thrills and chuckles out of what's offered here. Just don't be surprised that the mic sensitivity is a bit off if you play this game on a 3DS or new 3DS compared to a DS system, as that gave me some issues in this project. No! Okay, well I made it to 30. Okay. And I did get the other game too, so that's nice. This was the project I started the year with, and although it's only in the number 8 spot, it had a lot of very strong opposition and competition this year. Ripto's Rage is often seen as one of the best Spyro games of the original trilogy, at least in terms of what I see online, and although I have slightly more appreciation for the exploration of the original game, the mission-based structure of this game was still top-notch, and I appreciate how they expanded the universe of the Purple Dragon in this installment. It also introduced one of the greatest ships in video game history, Spyro and Allura. So I need to hit this.
Trouble with the trolley, eh? Trouble with the trolley, eh? Trouble with the trolley, eh? Trouble with the trolley, eh?
We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before. My name is Allura.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
I've never shipped a dragon and a fawn as much as I do right now.
You know, that Allura is kinda cute.
Oh, great. Now you want to kidnap her, don't you?
Hey, she's at least cooler and quieter than Princess Peach.
You know what? That's a very good point. In fact, maybe I should...
Hey, back off, bucko.
It's kind of disappointing that I've essentially covered all the main Donkey Kong games at this point, at least in terms of the Donkey Kong Country series. That's the main reason why I wanted to start this series and cover this game, to show the big apes some more love. And it also just so happens to be the follow-up to one of my all-time favorite Game Boy games, Donkey Kong 94. The funny thing about this game, though, I feel like it can be quite the hard sell at first. I honestly feel like the gameplay and the puzzles get so much better the further into the game you get, and unfortunately they are unlocked through perfecting the first part of the game, which can admittedly get a bit repetitious and tedious at times. If you're a fan of classic Donkey Kong arcade gameplay though, this is a game worth checking out. Just give it a little time if you're having a rough go at it at first.
Here we go, again.
Oh, Mario, you're funny. But yeah, here we go, again. Silly Mario. "2021 was a big year for Metroid, and not because I covered Metroid Fusion, but because it saw the release of Metroid Dread. It is kind of interesting, though, that Dread was revealed when it was, though, as I had already finished Fusion by that point, and I'd almost argue that there are some similarities and parallels to Fusion in Dread's gameplay. So in a sense, I was unintentionally building hype for Dread without even knowing that it was going to become a thing. Getting back to Fusion, though, this was a fun game to revisit for me. I wouldn't say Metroid is one of the staple series on my channel, but I still have fun with the games whenever I have covered one, and Fusion is always a really good time. And since I got the Metroid Dread Special Edition for Christmas, maybe I'll do a stream playthrough of that game real soon to continue building the hype for the Bounty Hunter and a classic series of games. Maybe there's something I'm not quite understanding about this. What the? I guess this was supposed to be the indicator. Whoops. Okay, well, we've found a way through. I'll be real here. The first time I played through Year of the Dragon, it felt like a bit of a slog to get through, especially when you make it to the third homeworld. But when you look deep into the game, I think there is a bit of a hidden gem here, no pun intended. I think Spyro 3 has a good mix of what made Spyro 1 work and what made Spyro 2 work. It kept the mission-based gameplay of Ripto's Rage intact, even fixing some of the more tedious quirks, and the worlds themselves can be massive and fun to explore as well, much like the first game. I think its only negative is it's just a little bloated in places. However, it was the end of a trilogy and I still think it holds up very well, and the project itself was also a lot of fun to go through as well. An instance where the project was more fun than the practice playthrough, I guess you could say. It looks like there's an egg down here. I was touching the egg, but no, I had to be a specific distance away from it, facing it in a certain point before it would hatch. You know, logic. But not just any logic. Video game logic! Yeah, that's right. It's coming back, guys. It's coming back. I must admit, even though Kirby Triple Deluxe is only getting 4th place treatment in this year's list, this is probably the best a Kirby game has done in a very long time. And I honestly couldn't really tell you why. I just thought it was nice to cover a Kirby game again, and Triple Deluxe, although I don't think it's as incredible as Return to Dreamland or the games that followed it, I still think it offers a lot of fun gameplay and still brings some fun twists to the table. This also just so happens to be another instance where I go out of my way to 100% complete a game that I initially had no intention of 100% completing. Classic vintage Slim Kirby, folks. Classic. Then we have to go over here to light this one. Then we go over here to light this one. And then we go all the way over here to light this one, and we did it. Yes! Yes! I didn't jump in the cannon. Damn it. When looking at my list compared to your votes, this project was perhaps the one big outlier, as I have it way higher than what you guys decided. Ultimately, I do think the fact that it's a Mario Golf game did probably tip the scales a little bit, but when thinking of my own personal top 3, I just couldn't imagine the top of the list without it. Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color does miss a lot of the bells and whistles that I feel like the N64 version has, mainly the fact that we don't really see any of the Mario characters until literally the last hour of the game. But as a portable golf game, not to mention one that features some prominent RPG elements, I think this game is honestly quite underrated and underappreciated here. I do think Advanced Tour improves on this formula a lot more, but I still had a lot of fun with this game and this project despite its limitations. Mario Golf 64 was my favorite non-replay project from 2020, and Mario Golf for the Game Boy Color continues what I think will be a very fun series of Mario Golf playthroughs to come. That should be good. I told you that was good! That was very good, actually. That makes up for what just happened, actually. Miss and lose. She's like, oh, come on. She really thought she was going to get her comeback going there, but nope. Sorry, Grace. Sorry. Okay, there are only 2 more playthroughs left to rank, and landing in at number 2 is none other than Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, since this is SlimKirby's channel, I think it's pretty obvious with what landed in the number 1 spot, but I do have to give it to 3D World because it did have me thinking and rethinking a few times. Honestly, this was a good playthrough, and I'm really happy Nintendo decided to not only remaster this game for the Nintendo Switch, therefore giving me a more accessible platform to play it on, but also adding some additional content on top of it. This was the reason I didn't cover the game last year when I easily could have, because I just had a hunch that Nintendo was going to do something with this game for the Switch, and sure enough, they brought on the Fury.
Finally! Does this mean I can jump in now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bowser's Fury is so freaking good. Bowser is huge and awesome and scary, and Mario has to turn into a Super Saiyan Tiger Cat in order to beat him, and although the game is short and kind of easy, it's at least a fresh take on not only the Bowser vs. Mario dynamic, but it has some pretty solid platforming elements that give it kind of an addictive, don't want to put it down until I get one more cat shine quality. But then, a few hours later, you are still playing it because it's fun. Honestly, a good basis for what could end up being an open-world Mario game. The only thing that would make it better is if Bowser could get even bigger and stronger and intimidating, and then he could take over not only the Mushroom Kingdom, but also the entire world. No, the entire galaxy. Then everyone will bow down to King Bowser.
Are you done?
I think so.
Okay, so in short, Bowser's Fury is awesome too. And you could even say this project is what introduced the world to Slim Bowser, as it was the first time I did my Slim Bowser voice for the channel. Something I had been working on in the months leading into this project, and what would ultimately be the Super Mario Party and Bowser's Inside Story playthroughs as well. So this was a pretty iconic project, I must say, and definitely worthy of at least the number 2 slot.
Hello everybody, Slim Bowser here. Welcome back to My Fury.
So yeah, the Mega Mushroom is here. With the Mega Mushroom, we can basically destroy everything. Look at Mario destroy everything. He is a monster. Ooh. Okay, he's not. No! Whoops. And the 2021 Project of the Year is, to no one's surprise, Super Mario Party. Yeah, we know, Mario Party has always been a staple of this channel, and I knew it was probably going to be a frontrunner in this year's list no matter how it did. But of all the projects I recorded this year, this was the one that really got me the most excited to sit down and record a couple of boards, even in just one recording session. I think it most certainly helped that the Mario Party Superstars was on everyone's mind, and the timing of the project happened very close to that game's release date, but I think Super Mario Party has a lot going for it. I think of all the modern Mario Party titles, the ones that released after Mario Party 8, this was the game that I think got it right the most, while still having its own unique identity. Heck, I'd say I prefer this game over some games of the classic series, and I think that says a lot for what this game did get right. It's not perfect, but it's damn good. At the beginning of the year, I was honestly expecting this to be the final Mario Party project, at least for a little while anyway. But before it released, we got the news that at least one more party game would be hitting the Switch's library. So this isn't farewell to the series, at least for right now. But if this was how the series of Let's Plays ended, I couldn't say that we ended on a bad note whatsoever. Slim Bowser, did you have any favorite parts of this project?
Well, yeah, I love the challenge road, the rhythm recital video, the team up with Rosalina on Domino Ruins, the Mario-thon video, and hell, even that bonus board you posted earlier this week was really good too.
So basically any video where I use Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured as much. But yeah, this was a great project that I had a lot of fun with, and judging from the viewer poll, it seemed like you guys really enjoyed it as well, so I don't feel too off the mark this time. It gives me great pleasure to say that Super Mario Party is my 2021 Project of the Year. I mean, no matter what, he's gonna get to it. Yep. Yep. Random? Why would he do random there? That was a bad move. Steal from the person in first. Like, I have more coins than you. I would still be the target. Wow, that was a really bad move.
Hello, everybody. Bowser here. And welcome to Bowser Party. What was that? Bowser Party was a lame mode in an inferior Mario Party game? Oh, okay. Ow, my butt.
So there is actually a trick you can use in this game. Wait. Is that 7? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. So here's a trick you can use in this game. So when you get to the last round... Oh man, so many things, so many things. Whoops! I slipped! How many pieces of fruit did you see? Well, I forget. So let's just go to my... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5! How convenient. Look, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. You spin me. Okay. And there you have it, folks. Another year is in the books. And I gotta say, it was a very entertaining year for the Slim Kirby channel. Maybe not as action-packed as some previous years, but there's always a calm before every storm. Before we get into next year, though, I should probably go over the viewer project of the year, and as expected, Super Mario Party was also the winner of that list too, followed closely behind by Super Mario 3D World and with Kirby Triple Deluxe taking the third spot. As I said during the list though, our lists were for the most part very similar, with the sole exception of Mario Golf being quite a bit higher on mine, and Mario vs. Donkey Kong being a bit higher on yours. Those were at least the biggest differences anyway. So now, with that list completed, let's turn our attention to the year 2022, shall we? As I said earlier, I have some big projects planned for the following year. Projects I've been planning for a great deal of time, and I'm not going to tease this first one because I know many of you have been waiting very patiently, I hope so anyway, for this game to be covered for a very long time, but I'm finally going to try and continue with the Pokemon series this year. It's not going to be the first project, and it's not going to replace Bowser's Inside Story once I complete that, but it will be the next RPG I cover on this channel. Guaranteed. You can expect a follow-up to a game I covered in 2020. Yearly traditions will most certainly continue as they have in at least the last 2 years. Old heroes in series I haven't touched in a while will get a new spotlight of some kind. And thanks to Nintendo Switch Online, there are some other games I've neglected for a while. The service has given me easier access to play and record for you guys, so thank you Nintendo for that one. There's also another game that I've been wanting to tackle for a very long time that I haven't been sure of how to proceed with it yet. I'm not promising it for this year necessarily, but I am going to start looking into it because I've gone on record in saying that it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I think it deserves coverage of some kind on this channel, despite its structural complications. So, there you have it. I revealed some things, I gave you some hints you can work with. I think we can pretty much leave it on that note. Slim Bowser, you have any final words?
Yeah, keep on watching the Bowser's Inside Story playthrough. It's awesome, and you'll be awesome if you watch it. And for all you Bowser non-believers out there, if you try to reach inside of me, if you try to drain my energy, let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple Curiosity tries to take it.
Hey! Slim Bowser, stop. Shh.
What? Oh. Sorry about that. Well, whatever. At least I prevented you from teasing Quest 64 again, you...
Too cool.